Right, in today's video I'm going to do a tech video on my roller coaster, which is running the JPM Impact 1 tech. My other two JPM machines that I have, which is my Thunderbirds, which is at a different property, that's Impact 3, so it's slightly different to this one, but I'll explain. It's the same, it's pretty much similar to the Impact 1, but a bit more modern. And then my original clone roller coaster that is no longer here, that was also Impact 1. The setup was pretty much the same, but I'm going to show it in the Voyage cabinet, which is the classic cabinet. So I'm going to start off with the refill with the door closed, which is all cash doors closed. So you refill, you turn your refill key, you're going to get your information if you press the start button for last bank. Obviously I have 1-0, so there's nothing there. But refill mode will flash the entire time. Press cancel, it'll tell you last win. Actually does the same thing as start. Press and hold the flashing hold. Get your volume. This is to go down, so you can hear it's a no sound. Or high sound. Obviously, if you're wearing earphones, I apologise, but that just shows you how loud it can go up to 100. Don't put it on 100. You have to be an idiot to put it on 100, as you can actually blow your amp. I have seen that. So I have mine usually set to 4. So you're not going to get nothing much out of when the doors are closed. So I'm going to open the front cash box door and lift it away. So in your cash box at the front, you've got your door switch, obviously for the contacts, and your counters. So your coins in and out, tokens in and out. My machine pays cash and tokens, so that's why the numbers are so high. The hidey hole at the front here, where a lot of operators put the manuals, decals, and your plug when you buy the game. That's pretty much what it is. Or you can just stuff spare bulbs, whatever you want in that hole. And then this one, as everyone will know, is your cash box door. It tells you what box is filled with what coins. And this, as you can see, now we've got door open. So we're going to go around the back. I've already unlocked the back door. But because JPM was so smart, the technicians, they put these double pole switches in. So normal operation, that's door closed, that's door open. But when you, on these particular switches, you know they're pull-out switches by the shape. So if you want to make it door closed, you pull out so that the door will be always closed. They did that so that the technicians could work on the game and while the door was closed. Clever idea. So you've got your coin mech, your pay trays for your pound, 20p's, your token tubes. You've got your power supply on the bottom, and you've got your MPU board on the cover. I'm just going to remove the MPU cover. They put these here to protect the game from any coins falling. So the idea is, it happens lots of times. Your coins don't always fall in your tubes. They can be, you can find them everywhere in machines when you buy them. They can be in the front panel. They can be in your reel bands. They can even be sat on your MPU boards, which is a big no-no. Absolute big no-no in this trade. You don't want that to happen. So you've got your main MPU board. You've got your ROM card in the back, your sound card, and your processor CPU card. Now this is the first CPU card they made, where it just has the RAM on the card. The second generation Impact cards they made had your RAM on the side and your 2 game proms in the middle. Now with those particular cards, you don't have to put your EPROMs on that card. You can leave it on the original ROM cards. But some machines, if you see this missing, don't panic, you haven't lost your ROMs. They're probably on the processor card if you've got the later one with the 4 sockets at the front. This is the original one, so it only has the 2 RAM on with the card at the back. You've got your main board on the bottom. Your dual switches controlled on your chart on the wall here. These are your different charts. So for 20p play, 10p play, or 5p play. Your lock-up alarms. I always switch. Well, I always turn this one off. Always. the IOU lockup in the house. Yep, same with this one. So this one, high token ratio, I actually have that on because that's how I got the game, but I like to leave that on. Same with your lockup during gameplay and the tubes are full, I always have that switched off. So no locking. So in other words, if it locks out, it's not going to screw up in your gameplay. But same with the IOU. Arcades always turn this off, this function, so it doesn't come up. Obviously they don't want you to know that there's no money in the tubes, so they turn that off. Always commonly turn off. But like I said, you have to have any of these on. The only ones you really want to follow is your price of play if you want to put it on those. You've also got your cash and token flip switch, so that changes it from token mode or cash mode. This switch will only work if your ROMs are programmed with the token and cash ROMs built in. The original set of ROMs, if you've got the original set, which you know via the barcode numbers that are all over the game, they put barcodes for matching parts, so you know if your machine's had parts swapped. All this on this machine, in my case, I'm very lucky. Everything's part matching from the reels, power supply boards, pay tubes, coin mech, coin top piece with the coin token selector at the top. Everything in this is original, which is a bonus. So I'm going to explain now what the MPU does. Now, on the MPU, you don't have much to do, except if you want free play credits, press and hold the button. There's a red button on the MPU, just there, and as you heard, it made the cha-ching sound. So now you've got free play credits, so it's unlimited credits. You must have a back door open. We have to either have the front or back door open to have free play. This is good if you haven't got a coin mech in your machine, while you've sent it away for updates, so you can play the game in free play. But again, unfortunately with free play, you can run your jackpot in. Because it's on free play, you can put your jackpots on the run line. So it's no fun there, you see, in free play, because you can just get the jackpot every frigging time. But if you didn't know you could do that, you'd be okay. But yeah, that's why I usually put my machine on replay once my mechs have been updated. In my case, mine are all done. But you get free play. It'll play just like in normal cash mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reset the game now, so I can get the test menu. I'll explain a bit more about...
off.
Sorry about that. It's just alarming because obviously I've got my door switch alarms on, so I've just unplugged my speaker so I don't blast you all again. Just going to wait for the error to clear. It's because obviously even with because I had credits on it on test, because these machines are smart, if you turn on and off the machine while there's credits on the display, even in free play, it will alarm just like an operator in an arcade would. So don't do it in an arcade on these old ones because they will stuff you. And I have seen it. I have seen it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off and I'm just going to explain the cards a bit more. And then I'll get back to the menu. So 9 times out of 10, if you ever have a JPM machine, you buy it, and someone tells you it's not working, well, don't assume that it's your power supply. I mean, with JPM, as long as you've got all your power lights on, that's a start in the right direction. If you have any of these voltages missing, your machine will not fire up. If you use your 50 volt, your 12, your 5, your 24, or your minus 12, whatever voltage, this thing ain't going to fire up. It has to have all its voltage LEDs lit. If it hasn't got LEDs lit, you just pull your fuses out and you check them. If one is out, it ain't going to boot. And then the next thing you check, this is if you buy a game unknown, especially JPM tech, you're going to want to check your ROM card is in the back, your sound card is in the center, and your CPU card is in the front, and the front one here is left blank. because that's the correct order your card should be in. If it's in the first one, it doesn't matter, as it can take the CPU card, but I find 9 times out of 10 they'll all be in that position from the factory. That's how it should be. So if yours is in the wrong order, swap them around so they're in the same order, and then we can turn it on. I turn one back off again. Turn it on. What you want to see when it boots is you want to see the first LED come on, which is your reset LED, and then you want the status LED to come on flashing. If you don't get any of your indicator lights, then you want to look at your CPU card. Now, I'm very lucky. This is the original CPU card, as I explained. I got this from an arcade, and what was fantastic about the arcade operator, he knew about these batteries. Like everyone who owns a fruit machine, you should take the batteries off your board. Whatever take it is, take it off. As even if it's a new one, they leak, which is the whole point of fruit machine manufacturers. They do this on purpose so that the boards die. So you have to buy a new one, or what they 9 times out of 10 they'll do is they'll take back your game that's broken and give you a discount if you own a pub. But do take the batteries off, as this is a big problem in the community of fruit machine owning. The boards get battery damage. Take the battery off when you can. I'm lucky, like I said, mine came already fly leaded. I had to change the battery when it was at the arcade because I maintained the arcade. I got it off, and I haven't had to do it again. So yeah, it's the colours are the same colour. You can use any colour wire as long as it's not mains wire. It needs to be. It can be bell wire. It can be single solid core stranded wire. It can be any copper wire as long as it's either over 1.5 millimeters, a maximum of 2.5 millimeters. You don't want to go any more than that in wire. You don't need to put mains wire. Now, I have some technicians use mains wire. It's absolutely not required, and actually the board will pump more amps down the cable to try and charge the battery. So you want to use, I prefer single strand solid core wire, does the business. You can use any electrical wire as long as it's for electronics, not mains. But we'll go ahead and go on the test menu now, because I think I must have bored you all about JPM Tech. If you have an issue with JPM Tech, you can contact me, as I can repair JPM cards. And I have a friend of mine that's also a wizard with the JPM cards, as he's known the wizard from YouTube. Magic off YouTube. He does a lot of JPM repairs. We both collaborate and we both repair boards for each other. So if you ever get any trouble with any tech, just contact me or him and we'll help you out as much as we can. For test, press the button once. Oh, you won't get a beep on test. Your lights just go out, and we're going to go to the front now. So now we're in the test menu. As you can see, it's saying what tubes are low. So it's saying cash £1 is low, 20p is low. Well, they're not low. When it's displaying low, it actually means the tube has got the switch on the side. On old tube machines, they use pay switches. So if your switch isn't depressed, you'll get none. So when it says none, it means there's no coins in there. There's no money in the tube. It's not pushing on the switch. So when it tries to pay out, it knows there's no money in there. For some reason, when the switch is pressed in, they cast it as low. I don't know why they did that. I guess it's just the way they programmed it. But as long as your switch is pressed in, it will pay out those coins. What a lot of people do is they just move the switch up onto the tube so it pays out air. Even though there's no money in there, it will just pay out air. I have a lot of friends who do that. It's just the way they like to be. They don't want it to pay out the 20p's, because if you win a jackpot, in my case it pays out tokens, but if you win the jackpot, you don't want £8 to come out in 20p's. It is, and it takes forever for it to pay out, and it's just a nightmare. So we're going to explain the tests now. First one is the cash one. It goes automatically to cash one from the start. So you put your coins in. There you go, £1, 50p, 10p. It can take, on these old machines in your program, it does take a couple of tries for it to take the coin. On this particular one, it doesn't take £2 coins, as these old mechs, some of them can and cannot take the new and old coins, which is fine, because you don't really need to put £2 coins in unless you really want to. As you can see, it takes 50p's. It won't, when you reprogram old mechs, they have to delete the old 10p and 5p. So that is one negative, but the update is required if you want to take new pound coins. So we've got some money in the tube, so I'm just going to press, you're going to press and hold, well, the collect button. All the collect does is it turns off the coin mech, so you can check to make sure that your coins divert. So when you press and hold collect and put a coin in, if the coin's taken, you've got an issue with the board, because when the light's out, it means it's to turn off power to the mech, so it should spit it back down your return. Now, the first test is obviously the coin test. What you want your coin test to be doing, via the coin mech, you've got a root plug in the back of the mech, which tells where the coins need to fall in for each tube. Now, if your machine's saying dumping all the coins into the pound tube, you're going to have problems. It's going to back it up and it's going to jam your tubes up. So, if you ever have that problem, check your root plug, you've got one fitted. If you haven't got one fitted, don't stress. Lots of the machines will tell you the routing plug information. So it's a Mars mech, so you see 2 to 4, that's one link, 7 to 8 is another, 12 to 13, and 15 to 18 is another. Those are the links it needs to run the mech correctly. Now, a lot of people think, well, where am I going to find that information to where's pin 1 and 2? Now again, if you need that information, contact me, as I will give you a diagram that explains how a root plug works in really good detail, so you can never get a root plug wrong again. So we're going to move on to the next, we're going to move on to actually testing the payout. Press exchange, you'll get the dump information. On this one, there's no dump switch for refill, and there's no refill switch, because it's all reliant on those switches. So your holds all light up with your cancels for the pound coins. So that's emptied. 20p cash. Your token. Obviously that one's empty because I haven't got enough tokens in the one tube. The way the system works is you have 2 token tubes in these machines, and what happens is when you fill one token tube, it will then drop into the next one, and then when you fill that one, there's an overflow catch box. It's just a plastic catcher that catches once you fill those 2 tubes up. Very unlikely you'd ever would, because obviously not many places use tokens anymore. But if you're lucky like I was to get tokens in it, you can fill both tubes up and overflow. I split them up between these 2 machines because they both take tokens. And this one will have tokens in it. They fall out into your pay tray. There's your tokens, pounds. And if I dig out a 20p, just show it 20p. You can put them back in. I'm not going to put the pound coins in because I want them for a different machine later. You can hear they're going back into the correct tubes. That's gone to the cash box below. Obviously this is where all your overflow coins go to. So I'm just going to take the coins out while I'm here. Obviously there's no pound coins. There's the cash 20p, so I'm going to take those out. Again for another video of mine. And then I'm going to take out the other coins, because I need them for another video, because I'm going to be doing another video explaining another test menu on a different machine. So we finish with this test, we're going to go to the next test. You click the start, you get the reel test. So you've got your reels, so we can step in the reels and it'll tell you what each win is. So this is how you check to be sure that, and if you press the button, cancel button, it'll actually fire the win line money out. Clever in test. This is how you can check to be sure that your reels are actually in the right order. So if I now do this, it'll pay £2. I'm not going to keep going because it's just the same principle, and the light lights up to indicate. Your lamp test, as explained, this is your lamp test. So turn all the lamps on, so you can check to make sure all your bulbs are lit and running in the top glass. Press the button again. Oh, press the wrong switch there. I was meant to press exchange, so I'm going to go back to that one. Press exchange to get the lower glass. At least it's all working. Press it again, it will go through manually checking each one. Press it, exchange again, move on to your switches. This is how you check your switches are working. It's the same with the door switches. Obviously, if I press them, it's going to go out of test. It'll press. Obviously, it doesn't work for your test one because you don't need to. It's not required. You can check your cache switch. You can even check your switches on the side of the game. I'm not going to lift them up because if I move them, I'm going to put them out of position. But yeah, it will test those switches as well. Press the button again, start, go to display. So it's going to go through your display check. So you can check all your segments on your alphas working, and it'll do the same with any segment screens. And it will also tell you your aim percentage and any errors. Obviously, there's no errors because my machines are all perfect. The RSR2, that is a test port on the board. That you don't need to worry about. You can skip that test. Here's your sound test. So it's just your volume check. And it goes back to coins. There's not really much on JPM Tech for the test menu, but that's some of the test info. Obviously, there isn't any more I can show you on the JPM test menu because that's all there is. On these. Oh, I should explain, your refill key will also work on the test. I hope this helps people with the JPM Tech. Just got my game reboot again. This is going back into cache mode now. I've pulled the interlock. This is going back into cache mode. Ready for me to put coins in and play again on normal play. So if you have any trouble with JPM Tech, get a hold of me through Facebook, or you can drop messages down below, but chances are I probably won't reply straight away. On Facebook, I'm always constantly on there, so I will reply straight away on there. Again, you can contact Magic. I will put a link in the description to his channel. He's very knowledgeable on quite a few of the Fruit Machine techs. But him and I both collaborate together and we both repair quite a few boards. So if you ever need any help, you can contact me or him and we'll gladly give you advice and help. So thanks for watching this on this machine, JPM Tech.